Where is your spear?
Shuri gave me this to try.
You know, I like them better. Our foremothers gave us this spear because it is precise, elegant, and deadly. It will not change under my watch.
Yes, General.
I told you not to bring them.
Happy Halloween! So today we're going from this to this to this to this. Yes, with complete confidence, and the slayage is real. So this is my first time applying a bald cap, people. So pray for me. It's going to be interesting. And we got a whole bunch of supplies to get into. We got hair to put away. We got makeup. We got costumes, we got spears, we got supplies. So firstly, we're gonna need a lot of things, especially this crayon grease paint. This is the paint that you're gonna need to get on top of that bald cap. You can also use other things, but we got acetone, we got beta bond, we got combs, we got Q-tips, and we getting into it. So first things first, I'm detangling the heck out of my hair with a wide tooth comb. I do not have a lot of product in my hair right now because I knew I was going to be putting it away for this video, so it is a little dry, but I'm taking my time and going roots to ends, ends to roots, whatever it takes to get the hair to be fully combed out, because it needs to be laid down. So if you have short hair or straight hair, it may be easier for you, but if you have curlier hair or kinkier hair like myself, either blow dry that hair beforehand, or if you want to be bootlegged like me, just comb it out and make sure you do whatever process you need to do to get that hair to lay down. Because when I tell you this hair needs to be laid, it needs to be giving scalp, because we need it to look like scalp. So this is what you're prepping before the bald cap goes on. So this gel that I'm using is from the She's Bomb collection. This gel, I tell you, is nothing to play with. I can literally put in my hair today and my hair will be stiff for the next 2 days until I wash it out with shampoo. It ain't nothing to play with at all. But if you have hair like mine that needs to be all the way laid, this is what I highly recommend. So I'm kind of just smoothing it in, and I just moved down into a comb that's a little bit more fine, but also able to really get in there. So I'm going to be going piece by piece and combing this hair out. When you do the ponytail, I highly recommend doing a very low ponytail at the nape of your neck. Whatever you can to make sure that the ponytail is as low as you can make it. I know this can be a little uncomfortable in terms of mobility throughout the day, but you need this thing to be super duper low. So I'm going in with my ponytail and my tail comb, and I'm doing the last smooth over. When I lay my hair, I use a lot of product. I comb the heck out of it and I smooth it down with my hand afterwards. Don't really know if that does anything, but in my mind it does. I wish I could do some baby hairs because I feel so naked without them. But hey, this is pure functionality right now. I'm just getting to business, baby. So I'm using a second scrunchie to really secure everything, making it tight. Yeah, it's getting real back there. Then I'm going to use a braid to keep it down. Next, I'm using the micellar water, however you pronounce it, and taking anything off of my face. I had some makeup, and the moment of truth, the bald cap, baby. So this is what it looks like when you open it up. They even give you instructions. How cute. Yes, they doing their thing, real professional. And they put it all laid up with these little paper things, making it all official. I was like, okay, these people, I like that. It's fancy. And now I'm going to use my blow dryer, low heat, and blow dry that thing out to get any wrinkles. This is what the front of it looks like. I appreciate that because I had no idea. And now, let's try to get this thing on. Like, I am very scared to rip this thing because I'm like, oh my goodness, am I gonna rip this thing? It feels rippable. I have long nails. It's sliding off my hair. I'm like, yo, what am I gonna do? But I just went for it. And finally got it on. And I'm like, you know what? This is what the professionals use, so it should not rip. But I had to take my time pulling it down. And if you have long nails like me, you may need some assistance in this process because I was so scared to put a hole in this thing with my nails. But okay, so we get it all the way down. You literally have to cover your whole face and try not to get it to be too loose. So I got a nice eyeliner, something vibrant, to mark out the areas that I'm gonna cut out so I can see what the heck I'm doing moving forward. Those are fabric cutting scissors. Don't come for me, but hey. Snip, snip, snip. I'm getting rid of any excess bald cap. Please don't cut your eyes, don't cut your lashes, don't cut your face. Take time. People may say take time because you need to make sure you're getting off not too much, nothing past your eyebrows I would recommend, but just enough that you can see what you're doing. Whew, relief. And then you're gonna go in with your Q-tip to make some space. Apply some of that Beta Bond adhesive to the skin, and you're gonna dry it with the blow dryer for 20 seconds or so. Let it dry and then smooth it down onto your face. You're literally gluing this thing to your skin. Now this glue is okay. I wouldn't say it's the strongest glue, but it's pretty decent. So you don't have to worry about pain or hurting when you take it off later. But repeat the process around the entire hairline. And when you get to the ears, you're gonna get some acetone and rub a hole by your ears. Take your time, rub around in circles, and it'll start to create a hole that you can get your ear through. This is the best way to make sure that the bald cap is gonna stay on your head nicely and snugly and wonderfully in all those leaves. So get that thing on there nicely. I'm using my scissors again to cut through the remainder of what's hanging on there. Cut, 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 snip, snip, snip. And now I'm gonna apply more of the adhesive to the sides. This part is a little difficult because I have some baby hairs. I'm not trying to get it on, but do the same thing, let it dry, get it tacky, and then smooth that thing back down. Take time, really make sure it's sticking to the skin before you move on. So after this, we're gonna celebrate, do the other side, and then even the back. This part I needed help with because I could not see back there. And then cut off any excess bald cap. Now, moment of truth, get that adhesive out and start rubbing away any excess. We're trying to melt the bald cap to the skin. Now, I wasn't the most successful at this, but I did my best, okay? And it's my first bald cap, so don't come for me. Now we're gonna set everything with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. You don't have to use this translucent powder, but I recommend a translucent powder to just get off any excess sticky, glue or anything you have anywhere, especially around the ears. Now for the fun part, we are going to use the grease paints to paint the bald cap. If you are a more yellowy undertone like myself, you may have a hard time finding the right complexion. I definitely suffered with this, but I was just trying to evaluate what shade in the grease paints was the best. And I was a bit pensive, like, this isn't matching 100%. I don't know. But I kept blending different colors into different areas and really just hoping it all was gonna come out okay. I'm blending with that spongy thing and also using something to see the back of my head and setting it again with a translucent powder and a brush. Now I'm getting my foundation and mixing pigments because I'm like, I need this thing to match my actual skin because it's not giving. So I used a paintbrush, mixed that together, and went for the foundation color that I usually use. And as you can see here, I'm patting it back into my skin with that same blending thing. And I'm like, okay, it's looking a little bit better. We're getting bald, baby. I'm using some of the darker foundations in certain areas, some of the lighter in other areas, because like skin, nothing is ever one color. So don't be afraid to get a little messy or just experiment with different shades to get a all-encompassing skin-like appearance. But really get in there. This process alone took me about 45 minutes to really get it to where you like it. And you have to take your time. So I'm setting it again with more translucent powder. It's losing a little bit of that shine, but the bald cap is gonna be sticky. Makeup time. So this is my favorite contour. It's a liquid contour from Sephora. I freaking am obsessed with it. I use it for everything. So firstly, I'm using it for the eyes to get some dimension and hollowness into my eyes. I'm carrying it outside of my brows for a very cat-like vibe. And we're gonna do a very strong nose contour as well. I'm not always a huge nose contour fan, but today I'm like, nah, we trying to get extra snatched, extra chiseled everywhere. So I will be snatching the heck out of my face. So I'm applying this liquid contour to my lips, to my nose, to my cheeks, to my eyes. Everywhere that you want the contour to be to chisel you, this is what I'm doing. I don't really have a lot of cheekbones, but this is my cheat sheet to give the illusion that I do. Now this Makeup Forever matte concealer is bae. This is bae. I use this every time I want to look extra fleeky. It also has a very yellow undertone, which is me to the T. So this is going everywhere. It's super thick, very full coverage. It's the most full coverage concealer I've ever used in my life. But if you want something super strong and just, you know, don't have to worry about it, this is the one to go for, especially nighttime when you just want to look fleeky. And yes, you're wearing a lot of makeup, but who cares? This is the concealer. So I let it dry for a bit and I'm going to apply my liquid highlighter. This is from Wet n Wild. Yes, I know it's not expensive. I don't care. I love this stuff. It's very glowy. It has like a golden tint to it. And I put it all at the highlights of my face. I want to be golden, glowy, bald, baddie, Barbie, boo, girl, whatever. So yeah, so I'm blending it out with my foundation brush. And now we're going to go for the eyes. Now I'm building out my cat eye, smoky eye, dark eye look. And you will see me blowing on the brushes to make sure nothing is falling out. And these are the colors I'm going for. This is a smoked out charcoal gray color that's going over my entire lid, blending from brown to black. Now we went in with some black on the lids and some concealer underneath. Now this is the e.l.f. concealer in a lighter shade just to get even brighter under eyes and anywhere else that I think just needs to be a little brighter just for, you know, more drama. So all these areas that I want to be brighter, I am applying the lighter concealer. If this is not a step, if you don't need your concealer very bright, you can definitely skip this step. So now I'm blending everything out with my concealer brush. This is my favorite brush. And very lightly going over everything with my beauty blender. I don't do a lot under the eyes because I don't want it to come off. So now time for the brows. Let me tell you, I absolutely love this thing. I'm creating my own brows with this pencil. It is that amazing. Going step by step, you know, taking your time and just making my brows thicker, fluffier, fuller, and just a little bit larger, especially because I don't have hair right now. I'm like, I need these brows to be a little bit thicker than usual. And now I'm gonna go in with a darker, I use this thing for eyes, brows, lips, you'll see, but right now we're using it for brows. We're tight lining it with eyes and setting it with powder, going more black everywhere. When I tell you, and now we're gonna use a blue eyeliner because I just think this Sephora eyeliner is bae. It just makes me pop even more. But now because there's so much product, my eyes are getting red, but don't worry, it will go away. But a lot of products around the eyes can get a little difficult sometimes. So now we're using eyeshadow from this lovely palette, and I'm going to chisel and bronze myself pretty much everywhere we put the contour. I'm now gonna put the powdered bronzy brown color everywhere to re-chisel me. So yes, I usually put a lot of the darkness on the sides of my face because it just creates that dimension. I like when the top portion of my head is darker, it looks better. So now we're gonna set everything with powder, setting spray, everything to be nice and matte for now, and do the eyes. So this is some liquid liner, black liquid liner, some powder. The powder is extra nice and soft, but it is gonna get everywhere. I don't care. This is how to get extra fleeky. After. So now we're lining the brows. That is with my MAC palette. I absolutely love this, as I said, with my favorite brush. So really make sure I'm getting in there and keeping these brows fleeky, honey. Like, look at that. And the inner corners, look, I love this part. I'm very extra with my inner corners, but I just think it gives that oomph. Now for the middle of my eyelids, I'm adding this nice bronze color to give a little pop. Ooh, look at that. Time for some pink blush. Yes, I'm blushing, honey. I'm so happy to see you. Look at that. It's giving. Now we're gonna go back over with the black brown color to chisel some more. I'm doing the chin, my sides of my face, everything. I'm really getting in there, chiseling my head. I'm going to be adding a lot more darkness to the top of my head to give that bronzy, glowy vibe. A good contour, it just goes so far, people. Like, it's one of life's simple joys for me. A beautiful, flawless contour. Even on this fake bald head, it is a mood. It is a mood. A complete and total mood. Look at that. Yes, we're getting there. Now we're gonna blend everything with this Fit Me powder. This is just blending away any of the harsh contour we just did because we want it to be there, but we don't want it to be there at the same time. You know what I mean? So this is keeping that balance. So this is a nice fluffy brush that I'm using to blend everything with. As you can see, I'm taking my time and just making sure everything is getting away in the most soft way ever. So I'm going back in with my liquid highlight because everything just got very matte, and adding that glow back to my nose and making a very slim line and a little dot at the end to do so. Now, before we do these lovely lashes, I need to prep my eyes with mascara. That is the lovely Colossal mascara. Absolutely love it. I always do my mascara from beneath my lash and also above my lash. So I'm really coating it from both directions. Now be very careful when you're doing your mascara. This mascara is serious. Like, it is very black and very beautiful, but you do not want to get it everywhere. You can see I dropped a little bit. See that? Look at that little eyelash hanging out. Yes. This mascara is serious. Take your time. I'm also doing my lower lash line for extra oomph. Taking my time. Very important though. It gives that extra oomph. Now for the lashes. Which lash should I use? I don't even know. Like, I'm gonna go with these because they're just nice. And I always cut off like a third of the lash before. Put them on to see if I like it. And then that is the lash glue I swear by. And boom, lashes are on. Time for lips. So for the lips, I'm using that same eyeliner you saw me use before. Yes, overlining the top lip. I do not overline my bottom lip, just the top lip. So my top lip is a little bit smaller, so I'm creating a little bit more balance with the way I'm drawing it on. Draw, draw, draw. So now we are going to use lipstick from Wet n Wild and diffuse the lip line just a little bit and add a bit more pinkiness to my lips. This just creates a little romantic look. And this here from NYX, absolutely love this thing. It's creating that nice light shade in the middle between, oh, look at that. Oh, it's giving. And this is my favorite lip gloss from Sephora. This is the final step of the makeup look. I'm putting a lot of lip gloss on, I know, but this just makes me feel so beautiful. Like, look at me, period. And there we have it, guys. Makeup is a wrap. It's giving bald baddie. Like, who is that? Yes. Now for the costume, I got it from Spirit Halloween. It was $30. I think now it's on clearance for $20. The quality was not great, not gonna lie. And I could not fit those pants to save my life. And this is the medieval spear from Party City. Medieval, not medieval, what the heck. For $10, kind of flimsy, but it did what it needed to do. It was silver, it matched the costume. You know, it was a little bended, but I could bend it back and it did what it did. And here is the final look. You cannot tell me I did not come off of that Black Panther set, y'all. Black Panther 2 is coming out really, really soon. So tell me, should they have not gotten me for that role? All right, so yes, as I said, the back of the head is a little crazy. If you're wearing a costume that goes over it, that's good. And I use safety pins on my sleeves and also in the back of the costume to ensure that everything was in place. I did not have a seamstress, but what have you, here I am playing with my spear. It took me a while to get good at it, but you know, I did my thing. Look at that. Yes, feeling myself. Yes. So please tell me if you have any questions in the comments. What do you think about how this costume came out? I'm obsessed. It was my mom's idea. Here I am hitting myself in the face. But I eventually got it down. And this is the post from my Instagram. If you don't follow me, go follow your girl at Jessie Wong. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was such a fun Halloween costume look. If you want to get into your creative bag, this is the way to do it. Thanks for watching.